A very good morning to all of you. This is your mathematics class and I am your mathematics teacher. So today we will study the last topic of the chapter sets, which is Venn diagram. So this is related to exercise 19.4, which is the last exercise of your chapter 19. Okay, and also your syllabus will be completed from that. So let us start with the topic Venn diagram. So first of all, what do you understand by the diagram? Diagram is simply the representation which help to understand the question easily. We can say that now that diagram is a representation which help to understand the question easily. Similarly, if we join the word Venn with this diagram, then it will be the Venn diagram. So Venn diagram are also a representation, but it is a pictorial representation of what? Of sets. That means we can say that Venn diagrams are a pictorial representation of sets. Okay, so for Venn diagram we have some symbols to represent sets. For that, first is rectangle for the universal set. I already told you about the universal set, that universal set which contains everything. Okay, so whenever we draw a diagram, first of all we will draw a rectangle, and this rectangle will be the universal set. That means this rectangle contains all the sets or all the elements. The next is circle or oval. You know the shape of circle and oval. Okay, so it can be circle or it can be oval. But what circle and oval represents? Circle or oval represent subset of the universal set. We know that we have some subsets of the universal set, just like set A, set B, set C, and etc. Okay, so these can be the subsets of the universal set, and we can represent these sets by the help of the shape of circle or oval. So let us start. That means let us move further. Just a second. Here we have, first of all, to understand this diagram we have to learn about some concepts. These are the various operations on set. We know that operations are A union B, A intersection B, A minus B, B minus A, adjoint of complement of A, and disjoint of A, and so on. Okay, so we will study about these operations. That means how we can apply these operations for the Venn diagram. Okay, so we can draw the Venn diagram for these operations. For that, first of all we have A union B. What we understand by A union B? I told you about all the operations. A union B, that means a set which contain the sets of either A or B or both A and B. Okay, so this is the Venn diagram for A union B. This is the universal set, and this is the, see, if we have a rectangle, and we have two circles inside this, so this rectangle will be the universal set. And suppose this is the set A, this is the set B, at the same time this will be the common portion of A and B. And what do you understand by the common portion of set A and set B? It will be intersection. That means we can say that A intersection B. This common will be A intersection B. And if we are talking about the A union B, then whole this part is A union B, just like as. Same, see, A intersection B. This is the shaded portion, and this shaded portion is A intersection B. That means the portion which is common for both A and B, and you know that this is the portion of B and this is the portion of A. That means this portion, this shaded portion, is contained by set A and set B also, and we know that the common portion is always intersection. That's why we can say that this is the Venn diagram for A intersection B. Hope you understand that. Now A minus B. What do you understand by A minus B? For A minus B, we have to subtract set B from set A. First of all, we have to subtract the common. We have to remove the common elements from the set, from the resulting set. Okay, and we have to subtract the remaining elements of set B from the remaining elements of set A. So that's why if we are talking about A minus B, then only this portion is A minus B. Okay, and this will be the B minus A, because we have to remove the common portion, also the set, we have to remove the common portion and also remove the elements of set B. Then we will write only the number of elements of set A. Similarly, you can do for B minus A, you have to remove the common portion and also the elements of set A. Then you were left with this portion only, and this will be the B minus A. That means only B. You can say this is not B, this is only B. Only B. This term only is necessary here. This term only is necessary to write here. Okay, because if we are saying set B, then it will consider the whole set, the whole circle. Okay, but if we are saying only B, then it will be excluded the common portion. You are left only with this portion, and this is only B. Similarly, if you are talking about A minus B, then this is only A. Okay, if you are talking about set A, then you have to consider the whole circle of A. But if you are finding out only A, then you have to remove the common portion of set A and set B. Okay, then you can say that this portion excluded the common area. Just a second. Excluded the common area. You have to remove all this portion. Okay, now you are left with only this shaded portion, and this shaded portion will be only A. Okay, only A. The next is A and B are disjoint sets. I told you about disjoint sets, that disjoint sets are which have nothing to common, means which have nothing as common. So if this have common nothing, that means these are two separate sets. These are two separate sets which have no common element. That means we can segregate. Both the sets A and B. This is the set A and this is the set B. You can see there is no common portion between these two sets. That's why we can say that these are the disjoint sets, means these are the separated sets. Okay, now this is A complement. I told you that A complement is equal to universal set minus set A. A complement is equal to universal set minus set A. We know that this whole portion is universal set and this is A set. So we can subtract this set from this universal, we can subtract this set A from this universal set, then we are left with A complement. Okay, so this is the Venn diagram for A complement. Now the next one is A is the subset of B. What do you understand by A is a subset of B? That means the elements of A, listen carefully, the elements of A should be contained in set B. All the elements of set A should be contained in set B. Then we can say that A is the proper subset of B. So A is the proper subset of B and all the elements of set A are contained in set B. Then we have this portion which is B. Okay, and B should contain all the portion of set A. That means somewhere it is A somewhere here. Okay, because the portion of set A completely contained by B. That means there is one quantity into the another quantity. There is one quantity into the another quantity. And now we can say that A is the proper subset of B. So this is the Venn diagram for A is the proper subset of B. So these were the various operations for these Venn diagrams. Now we have some application of Venn diagram and some cardinal property of sets. Now we will understand about all these applications and all these properties. For that, let us erase all these things so that we can read all the things easily. Now the cardinal property of sets gives us a relation between the number of elements belonging to sets. Okay, it is nothing but there is a relation between the number of elements belonging to two sets. Their union means you are given two sets and you have to set a relationship between that. It can be union, intersection, and means we have operations union, intersection, difference. We have these operations: union of two sets, intersection of two sets, and difference of two sets. And we have to set a relationship between these three operations. How we can set it? The relation can be stated as n of A union B is equal to n of A. This n is denoting number. N of A union B, that means number of elements in A union B, and number of elements in set A, and number of elements in set B is n of B, and number of elements in set A intersection B is n of A intersection B. So this is the relation. Okay, so this is the relation, and we always use these formulas. So you have to write down this formula in your notebook with the highlighter. Okay, that means after writing down the formula in your fair notebook, you have to highlight them, or you can put this formula into a box such like that. Okay, now the next is properties. What are properties for that? So the related properties are, if we have to find out A union B, that means what is A union B? Number of elements in set A and also number of elements in set B. But the condition is here that A and B are disjoint sets. If A and B are disjoint sets, then intersection portion will be 0, because disjoint sets have no common element, that means intersection is 0. If we put 0 at the place of n of A intersection B, then we are left with only n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B, and this will be the property for that for disjoint sets. The next is number of elements belonging to set A only. I told you, what do you mean by only? You have to remove the intersection portion and also the B portion. Okay, you have to remove all these portion, then you will get only A. So for remove we use always subtraction. To remove anything we always use subtraction. Similarly, we do similar thing here, that if we want to find out number of elements belonging to set A only, see, only is the most important term here. Okay, this only has the most value. So if we want to find out the number of elements belonging to set A only, then it will be n of A minus B. Okay, then that means we are subtracting the whole portion of B and also the intersection portion of B. So that's why we have n of A minus B is equal to n of A minus n of A intersection B. Similarly, if we want to find out number of elements belonging to set B only, then it will be B minus A instead of A minus B. N of B minus A is equal to, here also we have n of B minus n of A intersection B. That means this time we have to remove all this portion and we are left with this portion only, and this will be only B. Okay, now see the Venn diagram here, what it is saying, that this is the intersection portion, this is A minus B as I told you, and this is B minus A also as I told you. Then and this is the universal set, which is A union B, So n of A union B is equal to n of A minus B plus A intersection B plus n of B minus A. So this is the Venn diagram for A union B. Now let us move towards the questions of exercise 19.4. See, you have two classes today from 9:30 to 10, and after 10 to 9:30 to 10 and 10 to 10:30. That's why this lecture is some large, okay, some extended. Now let us move towards the question of exercise 19.4, and this is the question number 1. If A and B are two sets such that n of A is equal to 12, n of B is equal to 18, and n of A intersection B is equal to 20, then find n of A union B. We know the formula for, just a second, see the question clearly. Now see here, we have n of A is equal to 12, n of B is equal to 18, and n of A intersection B is equal to 20. Then we have to find out n of A union B. Then n of A union B is equal to, as I told you earlier, that formula for n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. So it will be n of A is 12. We have to just put the value of n of A and number of elements of set B and number of elements in set A intersection B. So for A is 12 and plus for number of elements of in set B is 18 minus number of elements in set A intersection B is 20. Now you have to just add them and it will be 30. Okay, minus 20. That means n of A union B is equal to 10. We have to just apply the formula and just put the values, and we will find out the answer in such way. Now the next one is P and Q are two sets such that n of P is given, P union Q is given, and intersection is given. Then you can find out the n of Q. You know the formula, n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. You have to just put the values. N of A union B is just here you have P union Q, so it is 30 is equal to n of A, that means n of P is 18 plus n of Q you have to find, that means n of Q you have to find, minus A intersection portion is 4. So 30 is equal to 18 minus 4 is 14 plus n of q. Now you can find of n of q by transferring this 14 to the left hand side, and it will be 30 minus 14. Now n of q will be equal to 26. Sorry, 16. N of q is equal to 16. Hope you understand this also. You have to write down all these questions in your notebook, and let us move towards the question number 3. Question number 3, we have in a group of 400 people, 250 can speak Hindi and 200 can speak English. How many can speak both Hindi and English? We can denote Hindi by n of h. We can denote Hindi by n of h, and just a second, n of h. Sorry, we can denote Hindi by n of h and English by n of e. Then it will be the union, because the universal is a group of 400 people. That means there are total 400 students in a group, and we are dividing these 400s in such way. Then this means this is the universal set. That means it will be the union portion, and this will be the n of h. N of h union b is 400. N of h, who can speak Hindi, that means n of h is equal to 250, and 200 can speak English. Then that means n of e is equal to 200. How many can speak both Hindi and English? That means you have to find n of h intersection e. You can apply the formula and solve the question. That means it will be n of h union b is equal to n of h plus n of e plus minus n of h intersection e. So I am putting the values directly. H of h union b is 40, h is 250 plus e is 200 minus, you have to find this portion h intersection e. So it will be 400 minus 250 minus 200. Okay, after that you can find out this formula, or you can just, it will be the negative quantity, so you can do easily. 250 plus 200 is 0, 5, 4. Then you have to transfer this 400 to the right hand side, and it will be 450 minus 400, and it will be 50. That means n of h intersection e is 50. Hope you understand this question also. Now let us move towards the next question, which is question number 4. In the question number 4, it is saying that there are 30 teachers who teach mathematics or science in a school. Of these, 14 teach mathematics, 14 teach mathematics and 8 teach mathematics and science. That means it is the intersection portion of mathematics and science. M intersection S is 8. N of M, that means for mathematics it is 14, and N of M union S is 30. So you can find out the value of N of S. This question is similar to as question number 2. You have to do this question by yourself. I told you the formula. You have to just apply the formula, and you have to just put the values, and you will get the answer. Now let us move towards the question number 5, which is saying in a group of students, all members know at least one of the languages, English or Hindi. 150 students know English, that means it is N of E, and 60 knows Hindi, this is N of H, and 10 know both Hindi and English, that means it is the intersection portion. How many students are there in group? Then first of all you have to find N of E A union B, that means English and for English and Hindi. How many speak only Hindi? How many speak only Hindi? And how many speak only English? You have to just find out the only portion. You have to just find out only. So for that, see how we will do it, how we will do this question. Question number 6. In the question number 6, we have English or Hindi. In a group of students, all members know at least one of the languages, English or Hindi. 150 students can know English, then means n of E is equal to 150. Okay, sorry, English. 150 students know English and 60 know Hindi. That means n of H is equal to 60 and 10 knows both. That means n of E intersection H is equal to 10. Okay. How many students are there? So first of all, you have to find E union H. Okay. For that you have formula n of E, that means 1 of 50 plus n of H plus 60 minus n of E intersection H, that means 10. So 150 plus 60 is 0, 11, 210 minus 10 means union portion is 200. So you can say that there are 200 students in the group. 200 students in the group. Now you are asked that how many speak only Hindi. Now a term only is added here. How many can speak? How many can speak Hindi only? Only Hindi, that means we have to remove the portion of intersection portion and also the B portion. That means we have to find n of H. Only n of H. For that we have to find n of H minus E. Remember I told you for the case of only we have to subtract set from the set which is about which is asked. That means here it is saying that only Hindi, that means we have to subtract English and the intersection portion from Hindi. That's why we are finding n of H minus E. N of H minus E. For that I told you the formula n of H minus intersection portion we have to remove. So n of H intersection E. So n of H is 60 minus n of H intersection E is 10. So it will be 50 students who knows only Hindi. Out of 200, only 50 students who knows only Hindi. Now the next is how many speak English only. This time we have to find only English. That means we have to subtract from English. So we have n of E minus H, which will be n of E minus n of H intersection E. N of E is, what is the value of n of E is here? It is 150. It is 150 minus 10 and it will be 140. So n of E minus H is equal to 140. That means 140 students are there who knows only English. Now you can check it. You have 140 only English plus you have plus 50 only Hindi, 50 only Hindi and plus common is 10. Okay, so now 140 plus 50 is 190 plus 10 is equal to 200 and also A union B is 200, so it is the verification also. Now let us move towards the next question, which is question number 6. In a survey 400 students in a school, 200 are listed as drinking apple juice, 150 were listed as a orange juice. That means n of A is equal to 200 and n of orange juice is n of O is 150. Okay, see, it is not the union portion. Okay, because in a survey 400 students in a school, we are not giving that out of which, but we are given only 400 students in a school. We are not given that out of which. We have just given 200 were listed as drinking apple juice and 150 were listed as drinking orange juice and 75 were listed as drinking both the juices. That means intersection is 75. Find the number of students who drink only apple juice. You know, first of all you have to find out the union portion, okay, by applying the formula of n of A union B. Okay, now see how we can find out it. N of A union O is equal to n of A, that means 200, plus n of O, that means 150, minus n of A intersection O, that means 75. It will be 0, 5, 3 minus 75 and it will be 5, 7 and 2, 275. It will be 275. That means you can say number of students either apple or orange juice is 275, and this is also the union portion. Now you have to find drink only apple juice. That means you have to find n of A minus O. You know the formula, n of A minus n of A intersection O. You know the values, 200 minus 75 and it will be 5, 2, 1, 125. Okay, similarly you can for drink only orange juice, it will be n of O minus A. You have to find it yourself. Now drink either of the juices, that means we have to find the union portion which we have already found out. Okay, so this will be the drink either of the juices is 275, because this means either, remember I told you, if A union B means the elements in set A, either in set A or in set B or in both. So either of the juices, that means either, that means we have to find union portion. So and we know that n of A union O is 275. So the answer for the B part is 275. Now you have to write down this question also in your fair notebook, and if you have any problem regarding this, then you can ask. Now let us move towards the next question, which is question number 7. Firstly, erase that so that we can read the questions easily without any trouble. In a group 50 people, 35 can speak Hindi, 25 can speak both. This is the n of H, this is 25. 25 is n of E both, that means E intersection H, and all people speak at least one of the language. How many can speak English and not Hindi? Simply you have to find only English, for which n of E minus H. How many can speak only English? How many speak only English? This is the same, n of E minus H, and this is the union portion, so you can find that easily. Okay, first of all here you have to find for speak English. That means first of all you have to find of n of E. After that you can solve this question further. The next question, P and Q are two sets such as P, this is P of A, P union Q is 60, P intersection Q is 10. How many elements you have to find of N union N of Q? Okay, you have to try yourself, because this is question is same as to the question number 2. Question number 9. In a group of 70 people, 37 like coffee, 52 like tea, and each person like at least one of the two drinks. Okay, that means this time it is saying at least one of the two drinks. That means it is the union portion. So n of A union B is 70, n of A is 37, n of B is by each person 52 like tea. That means n of B is 52. Okay, how many peoples like both? That means you have to find intersection, A intersection B. The next is, let A and B two sets, n of A is given, union portion is given, intersection is given, you can find of n of B. That means first of all you have to find n of B from here, and it will be 42 minus 20 minus 4. N of A minus B, that means you have to formula n of A minus B is equal to n of A minus n of A intersection B. This time n of B minus A, that means formula n of B minus n of A intersection B. You have to apply this formula. These questions are similar, so you have to try these questions by yourself. Now the next is, from the given Venn diagram determine the following sets. You have to just determine the sets. Okay, you have to do this question by yourself. I am explaining the question number 11, and after understanding the question number 11 you can easily solve the question number 10, because in question number 11 you have to draw the Venn diagram, and in question number 10 you are given the Venn diagram. You have to just find out these parts. Now union, that means universal set is 2 4 6 8 10, whatever it is given, and A is equal to set of x such that x is a multiple of 4 up to 30. You have to select these from this portion. Okay, multiple of 30, that means n of A is equal to, that means it will be 4 multiple is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 and 24. That means how many number of elements in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means n of A is equal to 6. Now in B we have x is a multiple of 3 up to 30. Multiple of 3 is 6, 12, 18, 24, 18. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means in B we have 5 number of elements. That means n of A is 6, n of B is 5, and n of A union B is, you have to just count down the number of elements in the universal set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. N of A union B is equal to 15. Now you have n of A union B is equal to 15, n of A is equal to 6, and n of B is equal to 5. Now you can find A dash. Okay, how you will find A dash? You have to just subtract n of A from the universal set. That means you have to subtract the elements of n of A from from the universal set, and by which you will find the number of elements in set A. Similarly, you can find for set B complement. A union B you can find easily. A intersection B also you can find easily, because all these are given and also the elements are given. Now see, after finding out the elements, you have to just count down the number of elements in each set. Okay, after that you can draw the Venn diagram easily in this way. First of all, you will draw a rectangle, then the number of elements 1, 2 is 15, so this will be the portion of 15. U is the 15. In n of A you have 6 elements, so this is the n of A is 6 elements, that means this portion is 6, n of B is 15, and intersection portion will be here, and A dash will be here, B dash will be here. Okay. Now you can draw the Venn diagram also easily. If you have any problem regarding any topic or regarding any concept, then you can ask. I will clarify your doubts in the next class if you have doubts. Okay, for that you have to just ask me, and also you have to write down all these questions in your fair notebook. Now let us finish our today's class.